Here's more wrestling news for March 23rd, 2022. And your headlines for this afternoon include: former WWE referee opens up about strange performance center tapings. Brandi Rhodes' cooking show is still going despite AEW departure. Big things in the works. Paige VanZant explains why she signed with AEW over WWE. Musical act confirmed for WrestleMania 38. The Undertaker says he told Brock Lesnar to leave WWE in 2004. AEW announcer fires back an expletive-filled tweet at fan for mentioning Vince McMahon. Former WWE Superstar was banned from using finisher because of Shawn Michaels. Control Your Narrative announces next shows for the company, and more. In March 2020, WWE had to ditch live crowds due to forces beyond their control and spent the next several months in the Performance Center. With matches taking place in absolute silence, these shows were tough for fans, and they were also tough on everyone involved. During the Monday mailbag, former WWE referee Mike Chioda recalled filming in the Performance Center and how some matches took hours to get right. Tapings at WWE for one match would take like 3 hours. Cut, do this, cut. Some of the guys were telling me it took 2, 3, 4 hours to do one match because they had to cut so many times, splice it, and do this. It was a mess. Thankfully, those days are a thing of the past as fans have returned, and while the superstars on TV only have one chance to get things right now, it means they don't have to record one match for hours at a time. When Cody and Brandi Rhodes left AEW last month, there were questions on what would happen to their various projects, including the latter's YouTube series, A Shot of Brandi. The former AEW chief brand officer had hosted plenty of AEW wrestlers on her cooking show, which was moved to the official AEW channel, but Shot of Brandi could soon be heading to TV. Deadline reports that Brandi has teamed with DIGA Studios, best known for shows including Teen Wolf and Scream, with plans to make Shot of Brandi a fully fledged TV show. The plan for the show will be roughly the same as what happened on YouTube, as Rhodes would cook and chat with celebrities and wrestlers, but this time in 30-minute episodes. Starting 4 years ago and filmed with 2 iPhones, Shot of Brandi has come a long way since then, and with WWE reportedly not interested in signing her at this time, a new TV project could be what is in her future. Brandi left AEW just as her feud with Paige VanZant was kicking off, leaving the former UFC fighter without anyone to tussle with. It was earlier this month that VanZant confirmed signing with AEW, but this deal only came around after she ruled out going to WWE. In an interview with Throwing Down, VanZant told hosts Renee Paquette and Misha Tate that she did have a meeting with WWE at their headquarters to negotiate a contract. However, she explained that WWE had a different plan for what they wanted from her, and that this didn't line up with what VanZant had in mind. The AEW star didn't explain what exactly WWE wanted to have her do, but hinted that the company would have wanted her to stop all legitimate fighting, while AEW is willing to let her continue to fight MMA and bare-knuckle boxing. Ultimately, it'd be up to Tony Khan who'd be able to grant VanZant what she wanted, and while the feud with Brandi Rhodes didn't work out, things remain bright for the future of the UFC fighter turned AEW wrestler. WrestleMania news next, as WWE's biggest show of the year almost always sees some kind of musical performance, and this year will be no different. At SummerSlam 2021, DJ Valentino Khan performed at the August Spectacular, and it's now been confirmed that he'll be back for WrestleMania. A lifelong WWE fan, Khan has made a name for himself in recent years and will be the first DJ to perform at WrestleMania. Musical acts have been a staple ever since the first show in 1985, which featured the likes of Cyndi Lauper and Liberace, and now Valentino Khan will join the long list of musical performances at WWE's biggest show. 2 men who know all about performing at WrestleMania are The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, as the pair have headlined plenty of events over the years. In 2004, though, Lesnar's WWE career came to an abrupt end when he announced that he'd be leaving the company mere days before WrestleMania 20. Speaking on the True Geordie podcast, The Undertaker recalled Brock's first run in WWE and said that he advised Lesnar to leave when Brock came to him for advice. "I was like, Brock, look, you have to do what's right for you. Everyone will be mad that you're leaving and they've put all this money and this push behind you, but if you don't go do this, you look back one day with the what ifs." Brock would leave WWE to a chorus of boos inside Madison Square Garden that March, and while his NFL career would not go as he planned, it was better for him to try than spend the rest of his life wondering if he should have gone or not. On this week's Raw, Kevin Owens impersonated Stone Cold Steve Austin, donning a bald cap and coming out to the Rattlesnakes music. This proved to be a highlight of Raw, with many fans praising the prizefighter for carrying this feud on his own, but not everyone was impressed. In a tweet, Taz insinuated that WWE had copied an idea from AEW and shared a clip of Don Callis coming out to Kenny Omega's theme. When a fan pointed out that coming out to someone else's theme has been done before and that he's only mentioning it now because Vince McMahon lives rent-free in his head, Taz wasn't happy at all. In an expletive-filled response, Taz told the fan to and said he's just trying to have some fun. It's interesting that Taz only waited until WWE did the Austin Owens parody before mentioning Callis' Omega entrance, and while he has no problem poking fun at WWE, the AEW announcer doesn't appreciate a taste of his own medicine. In 1998, Stevie Richards came to the World Wrestling Federation after a successful run in ECW. While Stevie never reached the heights of The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin, he did have one mean super kick, which WWE didn't want him to use. That's according to Vince Russo, who in an interview with Sportskeeda this week said that during his tenure there, Stevie was told flat out, "You're never using the super kick again." WWE's reasoning is that the super kick was Shawn Michaels' move, as he won countless matches with Sweet Chin music, and only the Heartbreak Kid should be able to use the move. Russo said the WWE were very strict at the time about finishers getting used or misused, and said how nobody was allowed to even attempt a tombstone piledriver other than The Undertaker, though that changed when Kane came along. It's interesting that WWE would ban Stevie from using the move, as by time he came to the company, Michaels had retired due to back injuries and wouldn't throw a super kick in a match until his in-ring return 4 years later. WWE has since relaxed this rule, and the super kick is used by plenty of names, both in and out of WWE, but for Stevie Richards, things were much stricter in the Attitude Era. And we're ending today with Control Your Narrative, which will have their first taped event later this month, and now more shows have been confirmed. CYN have confirmed that on May 13th, the promotion will come to the Odeon in Cleveland, Ohio, and the next night will have a show at Harpo's in Detroit, Michigan. No fights or matches have been confirmed for either show, but it'll be interesting to see which stars try and control their own narrative next as part of the Upstart promotion. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.